Hey everyone, this is Polar Bear Cub from Advanced Maneuvers, and I am here right now with the legendary Will Hungerford. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. So thank you for spending some time with us so we can ask a couple questions. So the first question we have for you is, what got you into the game of Warmachine and Hordes?
I started playing back in 2005, and it was one of those things where like, the local guys, Warmachine hit the store, and we were like, oh, this totally looks cool. And so everybody was picking different factions, and I remember seeing the Protector of Minoff, and nobody had picked that faction yet. And we were doing the thing where everybody wants to play something different, so nobody's like doubling up to start off with, but there were like too many of us to do that. But I saw Protectorate, and I was like, looked at Krios, like, this guy looks awesome. Here's this monk with like a steampunk backpack, and then I started reading, I was like, oh, I get to set people on fire. Sold. And so we started playing, and then it didn't hurt that Ed Burrell soon after became our press ganger.
Nice.
And so when you have somebody as forceful as Ed keeping the community going, we definitely grew pretty quickly.
Awesome. All right, cool. So you do a lot of work with the Steamroller, and I know you and Hacksaw and DC kind of get together and work on that. So kind of what's that process like? What do you guys take from the community, all that stuff? What do you kind of do to work on the Steamroller packet?
Sure. So actually working on the document itself is about 6 months of every year, but honestly, it's a year-long process. It is constantly ongoing. Because we're always monitoring and paying attention. Like you said, what we take from the community, we don't pay attention to specific rises and dips in the meta because those change. We more pay attention to the general overarching feedback, right? Okay. So if one caster gets really popular for like a hot streak and we see them over and over again, we'll just see how they're acting in the scenario, but more how that affects the individual scenarios and so on and so forth. But the whole process, it's pretty involved. Usually we start, like I said, about 6 months before you see the actual packet come out. We start off having some concept meetings, talking about the feedback and the data we have, where we want to go, what we want to change. Okay. Then we start working on implementations. Hacksaw will write the draft based on what we discussed. Mm-hmm. Then we review the drafts, we make changes to that, and we just kind of keep doing this over and over again until we come up with the final product.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so kind of getting more into the meat of the game. So if anyone in Privateer Press, you could take them, turn them into a Warcaster.
Sure.
Kind of what would they be like in the setting, and really what faction or what system would they be part of?
I mentioned him earlier. Ed Burrell would make a fearsome Lich Lord. Like Ed as a Lich Lord is basically Asphyxious without the old-timey talk. So I could definitely see it. Plus, he's a Crix fan. Like that's what he started the game with, right? And so, but yeah, if anyone has sort of the presence at Privateer to be a Warcaster, I'd have to go with the big man Ed. Nice.
So you kind of deal with a lot of press gangers.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some press gangers that are pretty sweet, like a Polar Bear Cub. So what do you think of him? Is he not clearly one of your favorites ever?
Polar Bear Cub? I mean, that was a great guy, by the way. So last I saw him was GenCon, and he demoed High Command for like 52 hours straight, and then like rode off in the sunset, and we never saw him again. But how are you, Tony? Are you doing good?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Thanks. That's great. All right, everyone, thank you very much again. That's our interview.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Take it easy.
Bye.